What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to the Welsh way here with Aberystwyth Town. So let's quickly do an end of season review. So we ended up winning the Welsh Premier League title. That was expected, you know, we're doing very well now. We were considered the overachievers. I still don't know why. We expected to finish second, TNS were expected to finish first. We swap places and suddenly we're the overachievers, they're the underachievers. I don't see that. But we won the division yet again. This is now our second consecutive time, I believe. Yeah, our second consecutive year of winning this title, which is incredible. You know, we are a dominant side now. We're expected to win these leagues. I would say I expect to win these leagues. Sorry, according to press reviews and betting odds and things like that, we're expected to finish second. But I don't understand that. I don't see that. We're one of the best teams in the league. In fact, we are the best team in this league, and I thought we deserve to say that now. Sadly, we went on to lose 2 games. They were both against TNS, and they were both in the championship group, championship conference. So that was disappointing, but I don't really mind. I think we're still a few years off an undefeated season because TNS still possess a lot of quality, and they still have a good team. And just because they haven't won the league now for 2 years doesn't mean they're not a great team. It just means that they're not playing well against other teams, other matches, because we beat them twice, they beat us twice, which means they still lost 3 other games to 3 other teams in the league. And that's where they're dropping points, and that's what's costing them their league title. So, you know, there's still a chance they could beat us in the following seasons. It's just they have to play well against the other teams like we are, because currently TNS are the only team that can really beat us in the entire division, in the entire country that play in this league. So past positions is going to show you we were top pretty much all year round, so there's no surprise there. We're going to transfer so before we go into anything else. So transfer history, we brought in Jason Brown as the only other guy we brought in this year. Sadly, what's his name? Orlick wanted to leave, as well as Ross Parry, as long as Simon Smith, as long as Matthew Morgan, as well as Lewis Pren. They all wanted to leave because they weren't getting first team football and they were all on a non-contract basis. So sadly, they were all released. That's a shame. I guess some of the biggest one you would probably say is Lewis Pren. He was our, consistent left back for us for 2 years, but sadly just fell out the first team because his 2 years as a first choice left back weren't good enough, weren't up to a good enough standard. So that's why he's out. But apart from that, no one else really affected the first team too much. So I didn't mind them leaving. But one guy we did bring in was Jason Brown, goalkeeper / reserve manager. Now, this guy's very good. He's got experience. Of course, people may recognise him from Blackburn and Gillingham and, maybe his time there at Aberdeen in real life. In the game, he's gone on to play for Queen of the South. Is it Queen of the South? Yes, Queen of the South. Shrewsbury and Plymouth. He's played pretty well for them. He's come here, though. He's going to end his career and start entering the coaching stage of his life. He's a very, very good coach. I ended up having to sack a coach to bring this guy in, but I don't mind that because he's got very good goalkeeping coach, very good working with youngsters. We're a young squad. We need a good goalkeeping coach. We've improved upon it. Our reserve manager was our goalkeeping coach as well, which meant a reserve manager job became available. In doing so, that's why he is there, and it puts our training, up to a very, very good standard in terms of goalkeeping. It's very good, and it's very solid. Goalkeeping and fitness is our, very good areas in the squad. So, we can definitely help see our goalkeepers grow a little bit more with him there. Plus, he comes in as a backup keeper as well. So, 2 birds, 1 stone. Very nice signing indeed, free transfer. But that was the only guy we brought in the squad, so that is the only real change. But let's go into fixtures and see how we did in the other competitions and the rest of the league results. So last time I saw you, if I can remember rightly, was the Athenlido match, I believe. So after that, we faced Airbus and we beat them 1-0. David Hislop with the only goal of the game. We drew and dropped points against Bangor City. 2-2, Eddie Hislop and Ryden Davis scoring, but Bangor getting 2 as well. We beat Haverford West 4-1 in a dominant performance with Griffiths, Hislop, Venables and the other Hislop getting on the score sheet. We drew to TNS 1-1. This was a decent result because at least it wasn't a defeat in my eyes. Could have easily have been one as well considering how many shots they had in comparison to us, but David Hislop took the chance very early on. They scored very late on, but a draw was probably best suited for how we played in the game. After that, we faced Ryle 3-1 in another easy dominant performance, and which was the last game before we split into 2 conferences. Before we split into our new conference, we beat Cardiff Metropolitan University 3-1, with Hislop getting 1 and Hamilton Davis scoring a double. Then came our first defeat of the season. Sadly, we lost 3-0 to TNS. They just outperformed us, dominated us on the day, and they thoroughly deserved a 3-0 scoreline. And sadly, we lost our first game. Of all the teams that were going to beat us, I thought the only two teams that could possibly beat us were going to be TNS and Bala. And so I wasn't surprised when it came. Of course, I was disappointed. I was hugely disappointed. I really wanted to go undefeated this season, but you know, you have to be a very, very good team to go undefeated in a season, or you have to be Rangers in League 1 or League 2 in the Scottish divisions to go undefeated in a season. So for us, this was a tough defeat to take, but one we were going to swiftly move on from. After that, we faced Bangor City and went back to our winning ways, beating them 2-0 with Davis and Hughes getting on the score sheet. Beat Ryle 3-0 with David Hislop getting on the score sheet, Hugh Griffiths and the other Hislop brothers scoring as well. David and Luke Edge both got on the score sheet in a 2-0 victory over Port Talbot. In the Welsh Cup quarter-final, we beat Carris's 3-1 with the Hislop brothers scoring and Hamilton Davis as well in a 3-1 comfortable victory. Then came our second defeat of the season, and yet again it was TNS, this time away from home, and I didn't think we deserved to lose 3-1 in this case. We played decently well, you know, we had a decent amount of chances. I guess just, you know, I don't know, there's something about TNS. They're very difficult to beat. Maybe it was the fact we played Jason Brown today. I decided today I was going to give Jason Brown his debut, and he didn't have the best of games, didn't have the worst of games, but, you know, normally I play a consistent goalkeeper, and maybe the fact I changed it, it could have contributed to the 3 goals we conceded. I don't know, but still disappointing defeat to take yet again, but one, at this point in the season, there was nothing to lose. We'd already pretty much run away with the title. So to lose again, we were already lost that undefeated chance, so it didn't really mean anything to defeat. Then we beat Bala 2-1, David Hislop getting a double. Beat Bangor City tightly 1-0 with Hamilton Davis scoring from a corner. And then we beat Ryle 2-0. Then came TNS in the Cup. Now, whoever won this game was going to go on to win the Cup, in my opinion. And so to lose 2-1 was a huge kick in the teeth. Ibrahim Farah scored, giving TNS the lead 1-0. Then Eddie Hislop scored and got one back, 1-1. Game on. I felt, you know, we played well. We probably deserved to walk away with the win. And the fact that Luke Edge got man of the match performance probably shows how well our team played going forward. It's just that Kevin McAllister scored in the 71st minute from a poor defensive display from our centre-backs. And that ended up going on to win the game. So that was poor to lose the Welsh Cup semi-final, and Connors Quarry, non-league team, ended up going on as well. So TNS won the final comfortably 4-1. That was expected. Like I say, whoever was going to win that game in the semi-final between us was going to go on to win the title. Ryle were going to be no real competition either, and Connors Quarry ended up winning. So that was just an easy result for TNS. So another season we've missed out on the Welsh Cup. But another season, well, the league title was our priority, and we'd already won it at that stage as well. After that, we drew to Port Talbot 0-0, playing a slightly weakened team in the Premier League, before losing 1-1 on penalties to TNS, on 10-9 on penalties. I don't know what is with penalties in this game, but they just don't end after the first 5, and normally they end after the first 5. I don't think I've ever really seen a keeper, save a penalty. Whitehouse ended up going on to miss our penalty, which is a shame. He ended up taking it 10th ahead of McGuinness. I took a risk. I let him take first because of his high composure, but he ended up missing it. Again, that was a disappointing defeat. We did take the lead. Greg Draper equalised, and then the game sort of died out a slow and painful death before it went to penalties. But keeper missing as well. That's just so unlucky, and penalty shootout is hugely about luck. Who will miss, who will save. It's like tossing a coin. You never know who's going to end up winning. It's just who can handle the pressure the best. And I felt we both handled the pressure well. Sorry about that. We both handled the pressure well, but the luck on the day was against us. So losing the Welsh Cup final yet again. How many seasons in a row is that now? 1, 2, 3. 3 years in a row now we've missed that. We've lost the Welsh Premier League Cup. So hopefully our fortunes will turn in this competition at some stage, but it's just TNS. Every year it's TNS, and we just can't stop them. In the last game of the season, we won 3-0 at Bala. Eddie Hislop picking up a hat-trick. So, easy results, easy games for us. Shame we only won one competition this year in a very dominant season for us, but at least we won the important one. At least we won the Welsh Premier League, which means we're in the Champions League next season. Player stats, David Hislop and Ryan Davis topped the average ratings. Games won, all our players topped there. David Hislop came third in top goal scorers, well behind Oswald, who just ran away with it this year. Very good season for him, very prolific season for him. Ryan Davis comes second in the assists for the first time in 2 years, I believe. So, that's Cian Edwards? Yeah, Cian Edwards stepped up this year and got a lot of assists. Player of the matches, David Hislop came second. Oswald just had a fantastic year. And apart from that, I don't really see any others too, much trouble of covering. I'll go into team quickly and actually check this. Average attendance, we're third. TNS still behind us there, 418. With our average attendance has grown. We're nearing 600 people averagely now, so that's good to see. Our salary per annum is £174,000, fourth in the league, but yet we win the league quite convincingly. TNS I really should put to shame, because we're 5 times about less than them, and we managed to outperform them most of the time. So very poor on their behalf, very poor indeed. Let's go into the awards. So, Player of the Month, we only picked it up once with David Hislop, and Paul McManus won it 3 times with Airbus. So, Player of the Year ended up going to Jason Oswald. He had a great year, despite the fact he never really won Player of the Month. But, when you're scoring as many goals as he did in the league, 31 goals in 33 games, and 7 assists, so overall he contributed to 38 goals in this league season, so you really have to take a hat off to him, and he did deserve it. It's still a shame that my player didn't win it. Manager of the Year went to me. Whoever wins the league pretty much wins this trophy, so we won it there. Manager of the Month, we picked it up 3 times throughout our season as well. Team of the Season, we got quite a few players in this. So Terry Whitehouse got in it for the first time in his career. Nigel Hamilton-Davis got in it in his defensive position. Luke Edge got on it outright. He had a great year this year, Luke Edge. Despite playing 19 games due to an injury he picked up. Ryan Davis picked it up out on the left, and David Hislop as well, getting in there for his fantastic year, as always. But still, actually, is this the first time we've dominated? It is. I think this is the first time we've ever got majority of the players in Team of the Year. Yeah, it is. So, I think that shows the progression our team is making. Not all seasons, please. Just this. Top goal scorer, already know about that. Oswald, McManus, and then us third. And Young Player of the Year went to Derek Granton, the first time in 3 years that one of our players hasn't won this award. So, our times are changing? I don't think so. I don't think Granton is going to be exactly an amazing player. He's not a TNS born player, at least. Ryan Davis has been an Aberystwyth, youth player that has been grown through and developed through the ranks. I can't say the same with James O'Neill, but that doesn't really matter too more. He doesn't really feature in the team. But yeah, it's strange to see us not winning that for the first time, especially with the young average age of our squad and how well we play. Surprised one of our players didn't pick that up. But anyway, let's move on to the team. So top goal scorer, you already know, David Hislop and Eddie Hislop run away with that. As well as Nigel Hamilton-Davis, them 3 great goal scoring season for them. Assists were picked up by Ryan Davis, Luke Edge as well. They had 2 good years for the wingers. As often though, our wingers do pick up a lot of assists because we play a wider football. The instruction to play wider is on, and I think that benefits massively for us because our strikers can head the ball, and we aim to use that. Player of the matches went to our top in his club was David Hislop. But Ryan Davis picked up 7 as well, which is a decent amount. And then the average performance, we had a lot of players get over 7 again. I'd probably go as far to say, all of these guys played very well this year. Excluding James O'Neill, who only played 2 games. These guys were a huge part of our season. Okay, some have only played 19 games, like Stuart Watts and Luke Edge only started 19 games. But still, when they played great, they played incredibly, and they contributed massively to the team. Terry Whitehouse has grown still. He's growing into a decent player. Only 18 years of age. I still think he'll be a good keeper for us in the future. I would like to sign a better keeper, but for now, Terry Whitehouse will do. And that is pretty much our team. There's nothing really I don't think I could talk about. The fact that our starting 11 has been incredible this season, and this is a sneak peek of the starting 11 for next season. So, there's a few names there maybe you won't see, but I'll go into detail with them when we approach our Champions League game next season. Who should I do next? What should I do next? Financially. Financially, we're doing okay. 309k in the balance because we spent money on trying to improve our youth facilities, which will be done December this year. So I'm looking forward to that. That will hopefully bring in some new and very good youth players next season. What should we do now? Well, I feel that's it for the team. A couple of important notes I want to point out though. So if we go to Wales and we go to our club, we are the highest reputable team in the Welsh division. So hopefully that'll help to attract a few more players. Still though, the fact we're not a professional team is hindering us. I have tried to ask for it. Like, I'll do this again. I think I did this last episode, but I have, tried to look at the option. But it's just not available, and I am trying to save up my money now. I will not be spending my money for the next few years that we get in the Champions League and things like that, because I want to try and turn professional, and I think the best way to do that is to save our money. But yeah, we're the most reputable team in the league, and I think financially we're the richest club in the league, which we are. So, we're doing very well in terms of, Welsh league itself. In terms of Europe, if I go to Europe, and we go to where are we here? We're still quite low. We are still behind Armenia, which means we only get one in the first qualifying phase. If we go to clubs and we go to coefficients, we are now 352nd, which is a massive jump. I think we increased by 300 from us doing quite well against, in the second qualifying phase this season, which means we're just a little bit behind TNS, who are up here. So I reckon in next year we should theoretically be, somewhere up here in terms of, European coefficient rankings, which means we should be in the top 300, which I think is probably, how many clubs are in Europe, in every league in Europe, how many clubs are there? We are probably in the top, 5% or so, which is a great achievement for the club. Really is monumental. And who's the closest English team? Let's have a look. Let's go down. Let's see if there's a close English team below us. I doubt there will be below us. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be one below us. Shall I do it like this? Let's unselect that and click on England. Who is the closest team to us from England? It is Stoke. Actually, no, it's not Stoke, actually. We're not in positions placing. There we go. It is Middlesbrough. Oh, I don't think I've been in Europe since the year they got to the final, which must have been like 05, 06, was it? Something like that? Let's check on their history, because it should say runners-up. Yeah, 06, so that's ages ago, so they're still holding up well there. So yeah, we're doing well in terms of Europe. We are progressing massively there. Financially, I don't think we're going to be in the top X, however many. Yeah, we're not up there. Don't worry about that. Let's have a look at our affiliated clubs. I don't think I've gone through this. So we have Inverness, or an affiliated club with us, who bring us 20k in roughly, or 19k roughly a year. QPR bring us in about 25k a year. Rangers bring us about 30k a year, and Sheffield Wednesday bring us about 26k a year. So overall, that's about, what is that? So that's 20, 45 or 46 roughly. 76. Around 100k from these four clubs, give or take a bit. So that's good. That brings us in a lot of money each year, but shamefully I do try to use their loaning system. I do try and loan players in from there, but they don't give me any. Or they do, they accept the offers, but the players don't want to come to a semi-pro team in the Welsh Premier League, do you? Well, would you? If you're playing Scottish Premier League football for Rangers, or Premiership football for QPR, even if you're in the reserves, you wouldn't really want to go semi-pro and come to the Welsh divisions, would you? I mean, I personally wouldn't. I'd rather stick in the reserves and try and get a swing at the first team in like Inverness or Rangers. So I do try and use the loaning system, but no one's willing to come. So I think that's it for now, guys. I don't think there's too much else I can cover. We're progressing well in terms of the, our coefficient points. Hopefully we'll be a seeded team soon in the second qualifying phase. Hopefully we'll be able to qualify, start qualifying from the second qualifying phase and not have to enter in the first qualifying phase. That would be a great achievement. But I think this is it for now, guys. Next time I'll see you back will be the Champions League first qualifying phase against whoever that may be. I don't know yet. So until then, guys, peace out.